Welcome back to the Eden Journey podcast. Karibuni sana. It's always such a delight to have you here with us, having this conversation, because it's always like we're having the conversation with you in the room. It's like mko tu hapa tuna converse. So karibuni sana. Karibisha watu.
Habari zenu watu. Karibuni sana katika kikao hiki.
Why are you talking Swahili all of a sudden out of nowhere?
Welcome everybody. We are so happy we could have you today.
We are definitely happy and excited. Always happy to have the conversations that we have. Such a joy, such a delight to do this journey on the Eden Journey. Nimeenda spiral.
Tumesema place of communion,
a fellowship, communion and community.
Yes.
Tuambie, naona we are in town and I can see the weather has changed.
It was
so gloomy in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
Now
someone has said that the sunshines wameamka sasa. That's why the sun is out.
Thank you, sunshine,
for
waking up, because now we get to enjoy and bask in your beauty. But yeah, July weather, like we were saying in the other episode, is here and we love it.
Yeah. Do we?
Me, I like cold weather than heat. I prefer the cold.
Like it was so unnecessarily cold this morning.
Today was crazy.
You know that cold, you're just like, this cold serves no purpose.
Ile cold ya mvua ndio nispendi. But kuna ka cold kengine kazuri ka.
Yeah.
Kapoa.
It was cold, it was drizzling.
It was messy. Yeah. Me, I like it. I don't like... I think also growing up in Nakuru is so dusty.
Is it?
Hey, sasa unajua you only experienced the other side of Nakuru. The normal side of Nakuru is very dusty because hakuna barabara. Most of the roads, if you live ndani, it's very dusty. So if you have to leave uko ndani, you have to get to the main road. So I didn't like being in Nakuru in January, February, March, April. Juu najua tu vumbi itakuchapa na jua.
Yeah, it's sunny. But I feel like Nakuru rains very like abruptly. Like mnaweza kuwa meka then 3 p.m. kunyeshe.
It depends if it's a rainy season. But if it's not, mtachapa jua. Unless it's mtakula jua kabisa. So I like the cold. It means it will be conducive to walk, conducive to maybe not hang clothes and such.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I like the weather. I like July weather so far. Okay.
You have a whole month to enjoy it. So.
Yes. It's winter. I like winter. Winter will end in August. So
yeah, ends about in around August. Yeah.
Tumeenda tu kuongelea weather. So we have nothing else to talk about.
Tell us.
About what?
What are we talking about today?
Today you had said you wanted us to delve into something.
What's that DM we received? What did the girl ask you?
Oh, it was me. That was a personal thing. It wasn't like related.
Oh, it wasn't a DM?
No.
Okay.
It was a message.
Share that question.
How do I know what I should be doing? Context was in terms of work. So maybe you're in a space where you're, one, not in the job you studied for, not in a career space you studied for, or your job has ended. And now, for example, the context was also, like for me, I've shared, I think here a few times, the different seasons where my job ended. And I was thrown in a space where I have to either find work or figure out, okay, so what do I do? Okay. And then now you find yourself. So how do I know what I need to do? You know, like you were saying how there was a season in your life where you always prayed for clarity. Always pray, God, give me clarity. And it's such a valid prayer. And I think there are seasons when you really pray. God, I need to know what to do.
Yeah.
I need to know what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? So I think that's something that we all struggle with. Seasons where you feel like you're sort of like at a crossroad. You don't know whether to go left, to go right, to continue going straight. And maybe there are so many options around you, but you feel like, or missed opportunities, you feel like I should have taken that. So why? Yeah. How do I know what I need to do?
So I was telling you about that season where I was just praying for clarity. Like I felt, I don't know, I can't see in front. I don't want to go back. I'm not understanding anything. So I remember I would pray. Oh my God. My prayer
clarity in terms of, was it?
Work. Work mostly, because that time, what was I doing? I was not. It's that my waiting. I'd quieted it. It's not. I was not thinking about marriage like that. Yeah. So marriage came later. Imagine in that chaos of work, marriage just came. Like God is so faithful. When
So merciful.
so merciful. So I used to pray for clarity. I used to ask God, hey God, because now I'm in this course and I love the law. I do. I really do.
Love being an advocate.
I do. But you see, even how I became an advocate was, we did Form 4 and then the results came out. Now, I don't want to say I had failed, but I had also not passed in terms of like getting an A or anything. So the grade I had was an university entry level degree grade. So it was, I could get into university, but it's, remember how, I don't know if they still do cluster points so that you know if you can qualify for this, you can qualify for law, for medicine, I don't know. But that time it was like that. So you put the cluster points, you're just like, what do we do? And I was so confused. I had said I wanted to do real estate. My father gave me.
A degree in real estate?
Yeah.
Why did real estate come to mind?
I don't know. I had to be selling houses. Let me tell you. You know, sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Was it like, did you feel like you had a thing in sales?
That's it. Now you know me. I have no bone of sales in my body. So I don't know.
Interesting.
It's very, I had no reasoning behind the real estate.
Yes.
Then I said I wanted to become a financial engineer. Hey, my dad was just looking at
math?
me.
Were you good at math?
I didn't even pass math.
I knew you were very confused.
I was very confused.
Which is
so
understandable.
It's very understandable for
too much
17, 18-year-old. Yeah.
An 18-year-old to know what they need to do.
Yeah, but I'd done really well in my languages. And I like to read, like just generally. So I remember my dad, sometimes parents, they can be such I don't know if they know God is using them. But I remember we went to some hotel and then we had the newspaper. I'll never forget that day. Tulikuwa na newspaper, then we were just looking. And then when we were looking, we saw University of Nairobi. We checked the points. And he said, what about you go and just do law? I was like, And then in that time, my mind was, I was still thinking how I was thinking as a high schooler. Nafanya nipite. Like, you're not doing it so that it's a course. So nikajuza. Then I asked myself, do I think I can read enough to pass? So I said, okay, let's do. And that's how I did law. Like, there was no flamboyance. There was no anything.
Why didn't you do your N? You were looking at your N.
So now, he said he'd prefer to take me to a private. God bless him, because he could afford take me to a private university, and he did. So that's when now we went to Kabarak. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's nice. I'm not struggling, I would say. It was just vibes. Yeah, you remember.
All vibes.
It was all vibes. We finished. The next step automatically. You don't even sit to think.
I know.
I remember how, as watching someone, we went to university. She was in your class, actually. How I think she was in 4th year. She went to do her master's. I was like, okay, si tulikuwa wapi Joan?
I know.
Akona master's before that tuingie KSL. Sikuwa najua up or down, on top or
sideways, or it's so funny.
I didn't know anything.
Because before you transition to that space, I want to also touch a bit, because your story is so similar to mine and I didn't even know. I don't think we've talked about this.
About it, yeah.
But also me, I was like, okay, I finished high school. I knew when I was small, I think I had always had this idea of, I want to be an ambassador or a high commissioner or something.
Really?
At first, when I was really very small, really, I would have.
You would. Not even now, because your path is not that it's one way.
Jaisha. So yes, the nations
I see that.
are calling.
I can see that.
You can see it.
I can actually.
Yes, have friends who speak into your life. So at first, when I was very small, I wanted to be a doctor. That dream died. I buried it with my whole heart.
Yeah, you just know.
I was like, thanks. Then at some point now, I was like, in high school, I was like, okay, maybe I want to be a diplomat, ambassador, high commissioner, nini. So when I finished Form 4, I also didn't fail, but I didn't pass. It was just...
We were there.
No, we were just there. So, and then I did well in languages as well, but English specifically. Kiswahili, not really. So I had done well in languages. I really liked history, though I didn't pick it. So I knew I had done debate in high school here and there. So I knew, okay, this is, at least I know I can get into that space of being an ambassador. So I wanted to do international relations. I checked, niko na UN, USIU, nini. Hey, when I mentioned it to my mom, she was like, what is that? What do you mean? And I remember she also called it out as she was like, okay, at some point I wanted to be a chef.
Chef.
How did I forget? That's the one thing I wish I pursued in one way or the other.
But you
genuinely.
You can go to culinary school.
But now I feel like there was a time. There was a time for that season. Let me tell you why. The reason why I really like I keep saying, I like cooking. I like being in the kitchen. So I would watch Food Network. Thank God we had DSTV at the time. So I would watch Food Network from morning to evening. I'd watch 2 channels. Sana and my brother's Food Network and Investigation Discovery. So if I'm not watching food and those channels, like I liked the Food Network competition shows. So yenye mtu anakuwa eliminated nini and someone at the end wins. I liked Investigation Discovery because of the murder documentaries. Nini, I love documentaries generally. So I was like, okay, Food Network, I'd experiment with food, nini. So I was like, okay, how about I try let me try. How about something in that area? I think my mom saw this. So I think then, now we have the hindsight of you don't need to go be a chef in a hotel. You can people do it on social media. Endless.
Yeah. Look at the rooming chef.
Like there's so many people who've not gone, like I even feel sometimes the world is unfair. In a way, because I'm like, there are people who studied this, but there are people who now did it as a hobby and somehow took off on socials and all those.
Yeah, and have you seen now, like Java is inviting those like
exactly
guest chefs, and it's people who are just
most of them are not like they've not studied it. Even if they have, it's because of passion. It's later on. So I was like, now in hindsight, that's why I'm saying I wish that's one of the things I pick up, because the possibilities now are endless. But then it only seemed like I could only be stuck. So my mom was like, hey, are you sure you want to be a chef? Because chefs, one, they work long hours. They always work on holidays most of the time because it's a peak. It's a lot. It's very demanding. You might not have time for family. And you remember how I was obsessed.
You gotta get married.
I'm like, wait,
I gotta get married.
Compromise family out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe not a chef. International relations, I think she brought up, if you want to do IR, then why not consider doing law?
Yeah.
And
I've had that argument a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's holistic. You can. Law is a stronger degree that can get you into so many rooms, and I agree, lawyers are everywhere.
I know.
Everywhere.
True.
So I was like, oh, by the way, then she told me Kabarak, by the way, is offering law, so you go check it out. Literally, I made that decision in a week. I remember it was May. Towards the end of April, I remember. I think I had tried applying to UON didn't get back to me. Then that's when I tried Kabarak. So I did. Mpaka UON ilikuja hadi nikachukua makaratasi and everything. So I went to Kabarak, took the fee structure nini. I remember telling my mom, my dad, because this is a conversation we had with my mom. By the time my dad was hearing about it, it was like a week to admission.
I know, and he's being told fees.
He's like, sasa tuna join shule May. And that's how I joined him in May, because I would have joined in September, because you joined in September.
Yeah.
So because I was a semester ahead, but we were in the same class.
Yeah, we're in the same class, yeah.
So nikaenda to Kabarak, got the fee structure and he joined. And I kid you not, the whole 4 years I was in that school, I never knew what I was doing there. Never
oh my God.
knew.
If our parents watch this, it's getting better.
I know.
The
like
story
now,
is getting better.
I had no clue what I was doing. Like I would get into our classes. You see how people, I feel like
people who are focused.
And not even I feel like there are people who knew they wanted to be lawyers
school,
from the get-go. So
from
they
when
went.
They were children.
they went into law school with that personality. I usually say there are people who make being a lawyer the whole personality.
Yeah.
But it's because that's all they've always thought of doing. Like I meet people and I tell them I'm a lawyer and they're like, what do you mean? You're so like this? Because they already have a perspective of how lawyers should be. A picture. Yeah. But it's because us, we found ourselves, we just had to find ourselves in between. It was not, we were not the thing. So that's how it's not our whole personality, because we found it in the middle of other things.
Yeah, we did.
So for years nakwambia hata I got a second class upper na ilikuwa 60.0. I was the last one on that bar. Ningefail na kidogo, ningeingia second class lower, but God had much. I remember nikifika third year, that's when I was like, hey girl, you need to now pay attention.
I was like, hey,
changamka dem, because you'll get a pass. So ndo nikasema, then now I was like, hey God, nipe to second class upper. Then I landed on the mark, and I had always said I'm not going to KSL.
You did? You had said that?
I wasn't going to go to KSL. Nikiingia first year.
Why?
Because like I told you, I found myself here.
So you didn't want to go the whole way?
No, I was like, tufanye tu, KSL.
Then you go do IR. That was your mindset.
Or I do something else.
Okay.
But sasa, by the time I got after fourth year, I was like, why siumalize tu? Why leave things halfway? Just do it. Go finish it. So, but I was, even KSL, I think KSL was sasa things started being clear, but still, it still wasn't too clear. Ilikuwa tu unasoma tu ndo upite.
Yeah.
Niliingia nikijua si fail.
I know, you're just like, at least the bare minimum we can do is not fail.
Is not fail, because I'm not going back for any retake. I can't do this again. I was like, the only thing I have to get those 9 Ps, then hizo zingine zitajisort. So I think our stories are very similar in that way.
We found ourselves,
but we tulijipata na tukajipata in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was I saying? So did KSL, we finished. Mira nakumbuka watu walikuwa na pressure ya KSL. Like I know it was it hard?
I think it's exaggerated.
There's also an exaggeration to it. I feel like
people exaggerate the drama at KSL.
It's definitely not an easy.
But
are we speaking from a place of privilege?
Privilege how? See you were. The only privilege I'll accept is we did it during COVID. And our class was the experimental COVID class. So we did it online. We're the first class to do it online. Oh my then God, we had a lot of time. I feel like we had so much time to study, because we had a whole tulimaliza. Haikuwa back to back intense, because even they had to figure out how we'll do orals. Exams, they had to figure out how we'll do the project. So we were like an experiment. Yeah. So they had to take a lot of breaks, because exams nakumbuka tulifanya the next year, like August. June.
Tulifanya August.
Ilikuwa August. Are you serious? So you see, that's almost a year and more than a year and 3/4. So I think those breaks, if you are smart enough, you take time to read. So maybe the previous classes, because of how intense it is and how demanding. But I feel like if you decide to do it, put things aside, distractions aside, the job, there are people who are working. I feel like those things take away.
Because I did it when COVID came. So there was a lockdown. They didn't communicate for a while.
Yeah, they didn't.
So I got a job.
Actually, I was working at the time. I was doing an internship somewhere.
Yeah, so I started doing the internship as well. I remember even studying for the exams in when I was still working. Okay, I don't know. So anyway.
But either way, there's a lot of drama that is exaggerated. But we also have that privilege. We can't negate the privilege that we had. But zingine ni drama. Experience it for yourself.
The horror story is also too unnecessary.
Yeah. And I think also strategy. If you get into it, because me, I knew, okay, if I do project work vizuri.
Orals.
If I do orals vizuri, I'm only struggling for 15 marks. Yeah. I can't not get 15
And I can't
marks.
remember if the paper was hard or easy. I can't remember. But I remember we went to cooperative. See, to cooperative.
Tulifanya cooperative university. They were not that. Okay, maybe because I read.
I think there's an aspect.
No, me, I read for those exams.
You
so if
did.
they were hard, it's because I read.
Through.
Really? So we're on different fields.
But it's not that I didn't read.
But I never read that much. Hata KCSE,
but niko na hiyo kitu kakunini.
hata mi niko na hiyo cause campus
Escaped
fly through but now hiyo the horror stories had gotten to me so I had really
But I also realized I do very well with application questions, not list 5 P's.
yeah, ilikuwa a lot of application
So I think that's because even the CS, that's what's helped me. It's a lot of application. So anyway, guy, tumekam nika tunaongelesha watu wa law school. So did KSL, finished, passed, now went back to the law firm. Now in this law firm, we're just, kwanza I think there's an excitement tumemaliza, umepita, you admit. Wow, kwanza admission. Wow.
such a high.
And then, my admission was for drama. I didn't have the wig.
Why?
We were so many. Tulimaliza
when
wigs
were you
Nairobi.
admitted?
August 5th,
22
2022. You?
okay May 22
We were many. Joan, we were many. So my boss had said he'd give me his wig. Tell me why.
alipea mtu mwingine
No, a party wig.
ilibiwa
I couldn't understand. I was so mad.
and the robe
I had the robe. I had everything. It's only the wig. Nikasema hii wig ndio inafanya mtu ajue nimekuwa advocate. So we even wrote to is it JSC? Who admits us?
judiciary
Yeah, and they said it's fine because it was so many people who didn't have the wig, so they said it's okay, you guys can just come. Then now I got it and then I did the photo shoot because where do you mean I don't have a wig?
I know that wig is
It's everything. And then to buy it was so expensive. It didn't make sense to buy it.
People rent it out. You
And
find
then
someone
to buy
give
it,
you.
unless you're appearing in the court of appeal, I think.
Yeah.
Then so I was
You
like,
don't need
even
it.
I was like, it doesn't make sense anyway. So got admitted. Now went to the law firm. It's like, okay, Sawa, you've been doing the 2 submissions. It was enjoyable, but it was just like, I really was asking God, so what now? Because you've done what you need to do. But then now and then,
Alafu, what am I supposed to do
what
after
am I
this?
supposed to do after this?
Such
Did
an
you feel that?
anticlimax. It is. I did. And I was saying it's such an anticlimax
Yeah.
because you've geared up towards something that you feel like now opportunities should open, doors should flood. Nini. Sasa me, I didn't get into the law firm.
You went to NGO?
Where
No, you
did I
went to
work?
NTSA.
No, I was doing that when I was in
NTSA.
KSL.
Then you went to?
What
Went
did I
to law
do?
firm.
I did pupillage at DPP.
Oh, yeah, you did. You've gone. You haven't done DPP?
So at least
Wow.
that helped me. I was like, no, I can't.
Never.
But never say never anyway.
Me, I can say never. Prosecutor, never.
So I did that. Then what did I do after that? Oh, so that DPP experience helped me get to JD.
Ah, that's how you shifted to
Yes,
JD.
because now
okay.
DPP I was on the prosecution side. Now JD I came to defense.
To the defense.
Then now after JD went to the other
NGO.
NGO and then now I'm in practice.
law
So
firm.
I had been running away from practice.
The practice, yeah.
Because I was like, God, give me clarity. Show me where I should go.
So even
Because
you
the
were praying
NGO, I
for
know.
clarity?
The NGO dream was a dream I held on to so
Yeah,
hard in
yeah.
campus. Because I was like, miss it a practice, I'll get into
You
the
really
NGO
do want
space.
to practice.
But now I'm like, and yet never dismiss something until you experience it. Because it was all propaganda in my mind. And then the NGO that I wanted, Mungu akasema shika basi.
Shika NGO. Ni
Shika.
NGO unataka?
Ndo hii
Shika mam.
chukua.
Shika mam. Shika.
It gives you and then you go and you're like, it wasn't everything I wanted. The practice that you were running away from, that's now what.
Because now for me, clarity now came.
clear.
Because now I start the law firm. So you've been there as an intern, then you do pupillage, then you do holding over, then now you become an advocate.
Associate.
Now you're an associate. Now you start going to court. I was just like, this is nice,
But
I could just tell there was something. I didn't know what that something
now
was.
that's what I felt when I was in the NGO.
Yeah?
I would feel like
Something
it's
is,
not
but I don't know
it.
what that something is.
Yeah.
So I said, let me give practice at try and see. So I stayed there, but I didn't stay for long. Before we started shooting, the Gen Zs who help us were telling us at entry level unalipa 15,000.
20,000.
Ati wanaume watano wamevaa suti wamekufanyisha interview.
Wakulipe
Wakupe
20K.
20,000. Yeah, tulikuwa tunalipa hiyo 20K.
Ndio.
Yeah, but ni entry level, so una expect. Anyway.
But now maybe this is like 5 years ago, so maybe
because
things should change.
now 3. No, it's not 5 years. Yeah, it is 5 years ago. It is 5 years ago.
Because admission is 4
Yeah.
years ago. Because
So-
hata juzi I was hearing pupils were DPP wakiteta, they've not been paid. I was like, hata sisi would be paid. Kukaa like 2 months hatujalipwa, then tulipwe once.
How much are you being paid at DPP?
15K.
Sindio, I'm just thinking that's the going
It
rate.
was
Ama?
15,000. DPP na AG pupillage
Ni
wanalipanga
15K.
15,000.
So pia law firms zikilipa hivo, Anyway, so
yeah. Not saying that.
don't come for us,
yeah,
please.
our experience.
Please. Because now, ukienda this top tier law firms, how much is privilege? How much is...
I don't know. Tell
It's
us.
got a lot of money. Like they're paid good money. But how many get into those
And now
ones?
you work for that money.
Let me tell you, you work.
That's the thing. Sasa unajua
you
DPP,
work.
we were just for vibes. Hakuna vitu tulikuwa tunafanya. I feel like I didn't. Then it was COVID, so court was online nini.
Yeah.
So ungefika tu ufanye briefs mbili uende home. Hakukuwa na government.
Yeah.
Sasa hiyo 15K ni affair tu.
They're fair too. But I think now you're getting the expense. So now I stayed in the law firm for a while. Then we had the conversation about now shifting my salary to become an associate salary. Hey,
Kakwambia sasa hatuna budget.
Hatuna budget. And I cannot tell you what told me it's time to leave. But I knew it was time to leave. So I said, thank you so much. And they're still my friends even today.
So you left.
My bosses are like, I call him when I need to consult something, especially the one who was my people master. Yeah, so I just told him it's time. And he said, it's fine, Daisy. I just left. Now I went home. I told my father I have quit. Hey.
What do you mean you have quit?
Yeah. Wamekufukuza. Kazi imeisha.
Hawakulipi vizuri.
Akaniuliza, because now I used to live at home. Again, there's privilege to it. Maybe that's why I had the audacity.
The audacity yako, yeah.
Someone
who doesn't have that privilege ataka.
Because nonenda. So I'd stayed, and I stayed for a year. You know, you wait until you feel like you're getting a job. I stayed home for a year.
Without a job.
I was asking God, what did I do?
Now you started
I know I can't go back. That one I know. Clear as day, I know there's no going back. But I don't know what forward looks like. And I think that's why I wanted our conversation today. To me, pay a lot of backstory. But going back was not an option. But I didn't know what forward looked like. So, and I kept praying, okay, God, give me clarity. Give me clarity. God, I want clarity.
What did you think clarity looked like? Like the heavens opening and telling you.
I needed a voice.
Oh, Daisy, you are in the right place. Please
God
continue.
telling me this is the next.
You are in a waiting
door.
season. You shall wait for 6 months. And in the 7th month,
I waited
you shall get a job.
In that 1 year, the thing I remember, and this is where the conversation was going, I started asking myself, okay, practice has gone. Because now I was just like, I don't know if I want to. And then my dad kept asking me, do I open a law firm for you? God bless
I know. Parents who...
It's like nikufungulie.
Parents. No, alikuwa kufungulie.
Alikuwa nifungulie. But now I looked at it, I was just like, you said I'd stayed in a law firm for a while. So I knew the hassle of getting clients.
Wow. That's the thing of...
And I knew I didn't have enough. Unajua pia ni vizuri kujua what you don't know. I knew what I didn't know.
But you would have learned on the way.
No, that's the thing. I was just like, this is not the battle for me. I just knew. So I was like, no. I just like, okay, we argued. I think got to a point akaona, let me let her figure it out. So in that season, my current boss now reached out to me. It's like, hi, he was looking for my former boss. Because that's where he was. It's like, what are you doing now? I just told him I'm at home.
Oh. A year later now.
In this year.
What were you doing in that year?
Nothing. I was staying at home.
But were you doing other things?
I was doing other things. So I started to find courses that would help me become a better, like things I was interested in. So that's when data protection had come. So I saw an ad for Strathmore. It was free. I did that data protection because so at least it gave my father some peace. He would see I'm doing something. You know, African fathers just like, amelala kwa nini sahi. So at least you ikamuonesha, okay, kuna ka momentum kwa maisha yake. So I did that. I did the data protection course. I was just busy. I kept myself busy. Okay. That is also the season I found Naynet. There was a lot of things going on. Okay. So finally he reached out and said, hi, so if you're not doing anything, do you mind reviewing contracts for me? I started reviewing contracts. I think he was paying me like what? Very kidogo money, but I'd review them. So I started getting a mind for commercial contracts. Oh, I realized, I like this. Fast forward, I get another job now at that place. It was legal, in-house legal officer. I was like, it's nice. It's not court. Something about my mind was not sitting right with court. Then I left there. I went to JD. Now JD was court.
Wait, you went where before JD?
The cars dealership.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was it after or
It was
before?
after. It was after JD.
It was after JD. So I did JD first.
It was caught now and it was mostly criminal. Kulikuwa
Joan.
makadara.
Guy.
Wakimbizana.
You
The
could
drama.
really drain.
Why?
Defense is very draining. And you remember the cases for JD?
Oh yeah, they were very delicate.
They were very delicate cases, right?
Yeah, actually.
And then me, I was not just at Makadara, I was at Machakos. I was at Kansonzweni. Nilimezunguka, eh? Kuzunguka tu nimezunguka. And it's such vulnerable cases, such emotional cases.
Now me, I forget because you were on the other side. I was inside. So inside there was not much really.
I remember the first meeting I had with my boss, who was also called Joan. She was such an amazing boss. She was such a sweetheart. I remember she just told me, you need to remember that you're not the savior. Because defense can get like that.
You want to save every situation.
It drained everything I had. I did it for 6 months. That's when I knew God is not for me.
By the time the contract was ending, you were done.
I was like, I'm done. Hey, I can't. And it's good because there are people who are thriving in it. So then I went to in-house counsel. I was like, I love this.
Even with the drama there.
Even with the drama. Because you sit with your files, you sit with your... My point is, clarity, the clarity I was praying for, it came in movement.
Yeah. Didn't come in a voice. It didn't come in a
voice. It didn't come in a
vision. In a vision. In a prophetic word.
No.
Got someone coming and telling you, you shall work as an in-house counsel.
No. It came in movement.
Yes.
But it also came in doing things and then realizing I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So
but had I stood still and say until it's the one.
Okay.
Because perspective is also in, what is it called? It's in hindsight. What is it? Was it perspective? I don't know.
Hindsight 2020.
Hindsight 2020 is where to realize, okay, in the doing. My point is, and I think that's when you told me about that question, sometimes we concentrate so much in the waiting that you don't ask yourself, what are you doing in this waiting?
So good.
Because there needs to be, and I used to pray this prayer, I don't mekumbuka leo. I used to pray little steps of obedience. Because you are waiting for the big step. But if you've not learned the voice of God in the little things,
steps,
you will not be able to hear him in the big things. You need to train your ear to hear in the little things. Says to pray, I'm praying that I'm faithful in these little steps of obedience. And I prayed that prayer for a very long time. And it's tied to Isaiah, where it says, and you shall hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way ye walk in it. So I used to train my ear to hear. So I hear his voice. And hearing his voice is seeing, like when JD came as an opportunity, right? I was like, the money was not great. It was not. For the Galavati we were doing around this country.
I know. For you, okay. Yeah.
For you were inside. It was very good, right?
It's not bad.
I was just like, okay, this is an opportunity. I'd never done defense like that. So I said, let me see if I can do this. I did it for 6 months. Then I transitioned to in-house counsel. I loved in-house counsel. I didn't know why I loved it, but it just clicked right with me. Then now I moved again to where I am now. And I always like to say, doing a degree in law was only the foundation. It was never the end goal. Because now I'm seeing how my mind is now drifting towards things like corporate governance. That is now where I'm going. But I had to start somewhere.
In the confusion, in the praying, in the,
and that's
God,
okay.
what do I do? Yeah,
because we want a lot. We want to figure it out so much that we forget that if you don't make the steps, you will stay in the confusion.
And then also, sometimes the clarity is, there's so much to it. There's so much to the clarity. Not just you figuring it out on your own. There's also the mercy of God. Yes. Like we need to leave room for God.
Yeah, we do.
Leave room for the mercy of God.
Mistakes.
Like now for you, you've said you met your current opportunity. You got your current opportunity because you're in another place.
Yeah.
It was just God's mercy, God's grace, God's favor that you were the one in that space, and then he happened to have called you at the right time. Happened to have given
in that
you
space, Joan? I was carrying files.
Imagine.
That's all I was doing.
You weren't even going to court because you are not
I was
an
as an
associate.
intern.
Yeah.
So I was carrying files for my people.
Then ilikuwa It was not online yet.
It was not online
It was
yet.
still physical.
It was online had started coming back. It was there, but it had started. But still kuna matters zenye tulikuwa tuenda physical. Yeah. I'll just carry his files when we're going for meetings. Niko tu hapo. Yeah.
Literally an intern.
Yeah.
But then that. So sometimes
and it's how you steward that.
Yes.
Because I think in the episode that they will watch for Apostle Angie, I think one of the prayers she was praying before we started is, do not despise the days of small beginnings.
Yeah. Those days of confusion, those days, they are so obscurity, they are so foundational, they are so important. Don't be afraid of them. Don't run away from them. And like I was saying, the mercies of God. Like I remember, I keep remembering this. And sometimes you are in a space where you feel like I've missed opportunities. I've missed situations. Maybe I've missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm off. Maybe, you're seeking clarity because you feel like, you've missed out on opportunities. And I'm reminded there's, for me, an opportunity that always keeps coming to my mind. And I feel like, did I miss that opportunity? I remember when, right after I had finished DPP, I was looking now actively for a job. I did the interview at JD, then I did another interview at it was funny enough, a corporate company secretary firm. So it was more of company secretary. I had done CS, section 1 and 2. So, and I was like, mimi sitawaifanya in-house, mimi sitaki, mimi nataka kwenda NGO. Just thinking that
your line was one.
Thinking that you know everything. I did these 2 interviews and then I actually got both of them. And I was like, okay, which one do I take? And I was like, okay, let me take the NGO. Did the NGO for a year, then ikaisha. Did the other NGO for another year, ikaisha. The devil is such a liar because he will remind you of the opportunity that you didn't take. And you're like, okay, should I have taken that other opportunity? Should I have gone that direction? Maybe things would have turned out differently. Maybe I would have, my career would have turned out differently. Maybe I would have been more ahead. Maybe, so many maybes. But the thing that grounds me, the thing that I'm always thinking about is that even sometimes that's why I'm saying leave room for the mercies of God. Because even when we seemingly take the wrong step, there's a way, especially if you're just trusting in the Lord and really desiring to honor him and walk in his ways, there's a way even the wrong step somehow just aligns and he redirects.
I agree. I completely 100%.
So now, like you're saying, the hindsight now is that those, even if this was the wrong step, the Lord has already redirected it. The Lord, that's what he does. Because it's the same thing we keep saying of in marriage where you're like, how do I know he's the one? And you're really stuck in not making the wrong decision. And it's really nini. Sometimes when you're so stuck up in not making the wrong decision, then that's when you do make the wrong decision.
And indecision is a decision.
Yes. Yeah. So how about you just make the next decision that is like, now for you it was do the course. For you, it was, okay, do the contracts, kidogo here and there. It was take this job, it was this. So the small steps, keep going and never feel like you're too far gone because you made the wrong step. No.
Little steps of obedience.
The
clarity comes in that. Because I was thinking, the reason I remember this conversation was, I was thinking about it recently. It's just that now I'm not praying for clarity.
Yes.
But now my prayer is different. I was thinking, kumbe God answered this prayer.
I know, without you knowing.
Without me knowing. I said, it really took me back and said, he actually did answer my prayer. He did. And he did come in a startling voice. It came in obedience, in move, just move. Move. And you said this last time. God is always speaking.
Yeah.
The question is, are you still enough to listen? And maybe, even for you, maybe it's that 1 year where you need to take a break. Yeah.
Don't wait for a voice, a thunder, a prophetic word.
Even when Elijah
what do you have in your
was
hands?
hiding from Jezebel, it didn't come in the earthquake. It didn't come in the fire. The still small voice.
The little instructions that you feel like are just ideas. Yeah. They're just thoughts. Just follow those.
Because it's in that season that I started thinking about this podcast. In that 1 year. We took a long time to start it.
Yes, we did.
But the concept started coming in my mind then. Yeah.
Amazing.
Little steps of obedience. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed,
Still figuring things out. You
you're
want God to speak
afraid,
to you.
you took the
lead
wrong
you.
step, you're so afraid of failure because failure is so crippling. I was telling you today, it's so irrational.
I know. And fear.
Fear.
Like how Pastor Angie was saying, when you have fear, interrogate the fear.
Interrogate the fear.
Ask it. What? Not ask
Hii
it,
fear
but
ni ya
ask
nini?
yourself. Hii fear imetoka wapi?
Yeah.
Mbona naogopa hii kitu?
Because and just
reason with it.
And trust the mercy of God. Trust that He's a good Father.
Yeah, because we are not smart enough to crave,
we are
to
definitely
pave the way.
Because I always say,
We're
my
not.
parents making that decision for me, seemingly, because I had to say yes anyway. I don't know if they knew, but they were being used by God.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, they were being used by God. So, thank you.
Yeah.
So we hope this has helped. I don't know if we've shared our stories.
We have really
So in the
vulnerable.
story, I hope you, wherever you are, you just know that God is speaking, but be faithful in the little steps of obedience.
It may
Those
not seem
small
like
ones.
much. It may not seem. It may not make sense. It may look all over the place. But there are seasons where we just served in church. Only that's how it looked. Monday uko sijui wapi, Tuesday uko sijui wapi, Wednesday uko sijui service, Sunday uko church, Saturday uko practice. But that was that season. And we'll never see that season again. Like I don't see a season where I'm serving as much as but it was just a season.
You will
be
serve, but it will be
there.
different.
It will be different, correct. Be faithful there.
Be faithful. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Yeah.
If there are any more questions that will arise from this, definitely
please let us know. We love you guys when you share, because it gives us perspective.
It gives us perspective as well. And thank you so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and comment as well. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
See ya.